Dillinger Escape Plan. We got an album, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm actually going to close the queue. Queue is closed. Reason being, the stream got shut down for an hour, and I'm going to be honest, I want to relax a little bit before we close off, and disappear for good, so. Actually, no, I want to relax, after I'm done streaming, because I'm going to probably pass out pretty soon after. Inferno says, one of my favorite albums ever, and it's absolutely insane, with thought behind every note. I think it's a good starting point for this band, and it shows everything they have in their arsenal. Enjoy, my dude. Also, I hope your days can get better. Much love. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't really have much to add on that second half, because I'm hoping that my days get a little bit better, too. But I'll tell you what, working definitely makes me feel better. Now, I recognize this album cover, and I think I might have heard this album at some point in my life, but I don't really remember much of any of it. So this is going to be like a first listen for me. Wrong button. Looking for this button. Oh, there we go. All right. I don't know. All right. Yeah, so I've only heard this album once. I think it's because Fantano reviewed it and gave it an 8. And I was surprised by it because I was like, what the hell is this? And then I heard how heavy it was, and I was like, whoa. What? And the fact that, this is one of the few albums that I, put in this category of, heavy, not, just metal, but, metalcore that I feel like Fantano actually enjoyed, And I feel like the fact that it says something, that this came across and it blew his mind, and someone who's listened to as much albums as he has, so. Same thing Inferno's kind of saying where, this is a mind blower. My absolute favorite is Toxicity. You're talking about favorite System of a Down albums? Or you're talking just favorite albums in general? That's pretty good. You're going to be surprised how many cleans are on this album? I'm probably not going to have any issue with it. Because again, I enjoyed this album when I was 17. So, whatever it was that was on here, nothing's going to surprise me. Not gonna lie, that immediately at first just reminds me of was it Black Midi? They had that one song that started off like that. How could it all be? We've never been seen, we've never watched from the sky. How could it all be? Now that is perfect. You could not have started this off better. I need to stop. So I don't do this often, but I gotta stop. I gotta restart that. It flashes for a few notes and it yells into, I love this. I love when it just the vocals will lead into a hard riff like that, but the magnitude of what this immediately puts on the table is just worth pointing out. That is perfect. How could it all be? We've never been seen, we've never watched from the sky. How could it all be? We'll never be touched, just mirrors, running scared. Life is this, why we lost for all our mortality. hold on a second. Now, Prancer is technically impressive. But it's also got so much bark and so much bite in combination. Like, these drops just it's insane. Like, they're insane. Like, this is how you start an album. Like, that first 20 seconds, it could have done anything else past that point. It probably would have been just a fine song because it immediately got my attention. Like, having these riffs that are just moving between like 4+ octaves that are just like just ripping back and forth. It just sounds like destruction. And like the whole song feels like it slows down to a sluggish pace for it. Man, and it's just trotting along. It's just stopping. The screams are amazing. The drumming also I feel like has a lot of energy to it and is not getting enough love. For just how steady it is throughout this entire song. This is an extraordinary way of kicking things off. This is a very, very, very good song. Very good. All right? And one of the best, probably the best thing that could have happened for this album to start it off.
I'm feeling
just know that you will never pop me. And I know that I gotta be a little cocky. You ain't never gonna stop me. Every time I come, a nigga gotta set it, I gotta come and I gotta flow and I gotta show it. Niggas think that he be doing because it doesn't matter because I'm gonna did it. Then I'm gonna murder everything and anything about it. Boom, about a thing I gotta do it.
It's kind of somewhere between like a 9 and a 10 for me. And again, I think that if it wasn't the album opener, it's the fact that it starts the album off too. You know, like. Just the shot of how could it all be, and then the whole song explodes. Like, how could you want more from it? Seriously. Oh my God. Blasphemy. This came from all the Drake reactions, great reactions. You look mad different. Yeah, shit, man, my life changed a lot since those videos, so I made sure to, I had a look that kind of matched that, if you will. So, is the appeal how technically impressive it is? No, it's the badassery. It's just the badass riffs, dude. I'm sorry. It's like, I could talk technical jargon all day. I really can't. But like, it's just when it kicks down the door, dude, those 2 times throughout the song, I'm lost for words. I feel like a kid in a candy store. Speaking of, bought all this taffy. I'm telling you, I've bought bags of taffy before, and I'll usually eat about 40% of them because the other 60% suck. Dude, I was in Florida. I bought this gourmet taffy. Dude, they didn't lie. Every single piece is good. Every single piece of taffy is tasty. All right, if I go to the local store, you know what flavors I get in my variants bag of taffy? Black licorice and peppermint. Oh, and then like hot cinnamon. Like those 3 flavors. All 3 of those flavors in assortment, dude. It's terrible. But this, I don't even know what flavor it is. That's like the best fruity marshmallow flavor ever. When I lost my bet. Yeah, awful. Yeah, it's not good. what the hell? Your mom just... This song kind of feels like a transitional track, like it's got a lot of fire underneath it, like the whole house is burning down and you're running through it, and there's different chambers throughout it, you know, and different sort of sections that kind of represent different pieces of cloth that are kind of laid around, you know, catching flame. All of that to say, I think that this is an interesting song, not particularly... like, not as straightforward as the first song, but I think that it has a purpose greater in the entire scope of the album, and is certainly a deep cut for the sake of being a deep cut, and I think it has a lot to offer. So I'd give it a smiley bowl. Very good. This is the most radio-accessible song they've ever made. Oh yeah? It's the title track, too. Tell you what. I'm gonna go grab some water, because I think I need it. Let me, God, I want to listen to Perfect Strangers so bad.
I don't know and I don't care.
God, this video's crazy. What am I looking for here? Here, let's just find some of this. Here we go. All right, back to Dillinger Escape Plan. Oh.
She moves abstract just like a shadow dancing on the edge, like a storm cloud passing overhead, effortless and free. As the hours rush by, through her I can sense the end of time. There's no way this can forever shine, make the sunlight rise. In the air we tried to be, but you shot your arrow through me. Now one of us must die, but the killer won't survive.
Now hold on a second. Wait. Now this is something special right here, dude. Now hold on. Like, hold on.
She moves abstract just like a shadow dancing on the edge, like a storm cloud passing overhead, hypnotizing me. As the hours rush by, through her I can sense the end of time, stretching to eternity, and the sun will rise. In the air we tried to be, but you shot your arrow through me. Now one of us must die, but the killer won't survive. In the air we tried to be, but you shot your arrow through me. Now one of us must die, and the killer won't survive. And the killer won't survive. In the air we tried to be, but you shot your arrow through me. Now one of us must die, but the killer won't survive. In the air we tried to be, but you shot your arrow through me. Now one of us must die, and the killer won't survive. And the killer won't survive.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo, that was good. That was good. That was really, really good. The effects on the guitar that are being played throughout this song too feel like they're swallowing up the entire song. The singing, the vocals, like, no, it makes a lot of sense to me that they did a lot of work with Mike Patton. Because this song reminds me of some Mike Patton like style vocals, like where they're just like out there and they're just like screechy and beautiful, just beautiful. Damn, man, when you said it was the most pop song, like the most radio friendly, I was a little skeptical. Okay. But as soon as that first drop happened, where I heard the chorus, I was like, oh my God, there's no way. So, I've been interested in getting into hardcore/metalcore. Not sure what's an appropriate title. Don't even worry about it. Never know where to start. What I've heard from here, yeah, this start from here. Whatever you just heard, this shit. All right, the first song in this already are telling me this is where you go. This is the one-stop shop right here. Oh my God, Yeah, it's a solid 9 for me. Oh my god. Hero of the Soviet Union. Now hold on. Okay, so the previous song was probably the one that I was the least interested in overall in this entire album so far, but it kind of works in the same way as the second song, where it's like a sort of transitional moment for the album, where it's a lot less catchy than the first or third song, but it still has something to provide in terms of the overall context of everything and the overall scale and size of that track. I feel like still adds to the overall picture, but just not a favorite. Still a Smiley Ball though, enjoying it. Next song, Nothing's Funny. They're recording an Angel Dust reaction. It's a good question. I think so. There's a recording of most of my reactions. It's just a matter of digging them up. lost my way. Yeah, I'm loving that there's one busy song followed by one song that's catchier, because right now I think that this formula is dynamite. It is so good. Nothing's Funny is one of the most grand and catchy songs of the entire album. It's so funny because like these are technically cleans that are on this album, you know, in the chorus, but they're stealing the show. They're better than anything else right now. I mean, they actually are managing to be like Mike Patton level quality, and really reminded me of him as well, in like the most complimentary way I could possibly give. So, yeah, Smiley Ball. I'm enjoying the journey. Understanding Decay. Definitely the intensity of these songs is part of the appeal of the tracks themselves, and it is relying on it a little bit. But I don't think that takes away from any of the skill. Just because there's a heavy riff doesn't mean it's any less important what's going on everywhere else. And I think that the crashing drums too are kind of helping add to all of that. And the vocals are they're so cinematic. They're just so fun. Like they really add everything to here. Whether or not it's screeching like at the very end here, where it does feel like it's a little out of nowhere with this final screech. But the point being is like the screeches, they show up, they kind of move along with the intense moments, but then you got these vocals that are just like sung more traditionally, that work themselves through a cloud of intense crap to where they sound like they're almost like on top of a mountain being shouted outwards, in order for there to be all this chaos underneath. It's triumphant. It's like a battle cry. Yeah, it's doing a lot right when it comes to the overall intensity of the songs in terms of just keeping the pacing going. So, enjoying it a lot. Very good. Smiley ball. It feels rewarding every part. Explosions after relaxed parts feel rewarding. The chilled parts, yeah, but it's not even just like explosions. It's like there'll be explosions that are well timed and slowed down to where they feel bigger because of the decisions made in the song. Like the little details to make it sound even more like an inferno matter a lot. What are my thoughts on emo violence? Just like any genre, it has its good, has its bad. So, yeah. Anyways, enjoying the hell out of this. Paranoia Shield. Damn.
You will never find anything like a forest in search of its trees. You will never get anything. Take a bullet to kill a wet tree. I will always be everything. Like a shadow, it's found lurking. I can never give anything. Break a sweat just to have some relief. Always enfolding me like an echo held up to my face. You are always in search of me. It takes a second to find what you seek. I will never give anything. Break a sweat just to have some relief. I will always be everything. Like a shadow inside the cave. I feel you close, eating up my clothes. But there isn't a hell that I would burn with you. Death brings us close. Isn't that morose? But there isn't a fire that I would waste to burn you. We are both just a fantasy. Won't you please keep imagining? You become such a piece of me. Always whatever that I couldn't say. I will never give anything. Break a sweat just to have some relief. I will always be everything. Like a shadow inside of the cave. I feel you close, heating up my cold. But there isn't a hell that I would burn with you. Death brings us close. Isn't that morose?
How do I feel about the lyrics on this album? I haven't said anything about them. I don't really feel anything about them, honestly. I feel like the actual lyrics themselves are kind of sometimes obvious. Like, for example, this first line here is something that popped out. You'll never find anything like a forest in search of its trees. Like, that makes no fucking sense to me. I read that and I almost immediately tap out. I'm like, I'm not going to understand what the fuck they're talking about. And it doesn't, it doesn't really feel like it matters because I feel like the storytelling actually kind of comes in form of the songs in their structure. Like in that first song where it's like, I don't even remember what he says, but then, you know, all of a sudden the song drops in, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a rock opera of show, not tell. And maybe it's dismissive towards the lyrics, but I think part of it also is an understanding that I'm going to understand it better on return anyways. Is abstract lyricism? Yes, it is. Yeah. And like, that's the thing is like, you know what else is abstract lyricism? Most of the FK Twigs album. There are a couple of songs on there that I feel like are a lot more straightforward, like Perfect Stranger makes a lot more sense, you know, than a song like Striptease on this, you know, like just reading through what everything's being said. But I'd say the exact same thing there. It's like I listened to that album 20 times and I still don't know what half the shit means, you know? It's sometimes that's just how it is, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to enjoy it. It just means you kind of pull what you can from it, you know, especially on a first listen. So, yeah. A good question. Found that to be one of the most exciting songs vocally, as I felt like this kind of had the widest range of different styles of singing, you know? And I think it had an explosive chorus that was kind of followed by just very heavy drums that almost like felt like they pummeled through and destroyed the rest of the song. You know, heavy riffs that follow as well. Yeah, this is nice. I enjoy it. This is my little bowl. I'm hoping that the intensity of this album it doesn't completely swallow me whole, because I feel like, you know, at points it can start to blend, even though each song itself is different. It's like it's a curse when it comes to intensity, especially when it's relied on as like a big part of the excitement of a project. Is like your capacity for intensity, I think, kind of changes either, you know, with age or age of the stream, you know, whether or not it's beginning of the stream and the end of the stream, kind of results in how much more I'm willing to or have, again, a tolerance for. So let's see if it continues either, you know, throwing everything it can at the wall and getting as intense as possible, or maybe it has a bit more nuance, kind of like with the first three songs. The next song is my credit card number ? I'll show you something after stream. I'm gonna immediately pass out, but you can send it to me. How many songs are left? We got about an hour after this. Or just Discord. Oh my god. Nah. Nah. Oh, it is a tambourine. I will say that Gojira album, I did return to the Gojira album when I went to the gym, and I think that I enjoyed it less upon returning to it. I think that I think because of the intensity fatigue didn't wear off when I was done listening to it. It like continued when I went and I revisited it. It's another one of those that it's kind of on that in the middle of the road of like, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I need the right spot to listen to it, but I will say I did return to it. So I got about 70% of the way done when I decided that working out kind of sucks and I hate this shit and I want to go home, and then I stopped listening. Songs are so ridiculous with the riffs just sounding like they're exploding in 20 different directions. Actually, I guess it would be more than 20 directions if it was an explosion. In a 360-degree radius. All right, no, not radius. Damn it, diameter? No. In circumference? I think circumference. And 360-degree circumference, an angle, and at 360-degree angle, there you go, in girth, in inches, all right? I had 360-degree inches in girth, all right? I have no opinions on that previous song. Next song, Magic That I Held You Prisoner. listen to the Drake album. Do I look that bored? Maybe a little. No, I do not. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is probably the song that feels the hardest to describe, as I imagine like a black smoky shape that kept changing and configuring differently just depending on what was happening with the guitar, like blasting in so many different strange mathematical directions. And then I started thinking about 360 degrees and how, like, the pi is actually the number that's used when you're trying to figure out like something involving the circumference. I don't remember what it was exactly, but it's part of the equation of going all the way around in a circle. All right, this one just weirdly enough kind of had those colors and and I'd say the burst of ideas that I feel like this album is maybe sometimes in its busiest moments forgetting. If it's gonna go crazy, go all the way. This is all the way crazy. Like, it really felt like it was that intensity all the way through, the absurdity and the destruction. So, hey, because I also at the same time have fatigue. Keep that in mind. Like, at this point in the album, I'm waiting for it to do something that isn't just surprising me with intensity. So let's hope this is what I'm looking for with Crossburner. Crossburner feels like one of the more ambitious and grand songs of the entire album. I feel like there's a physical sensation going on in my head while listening to this one, especially with that like moment in the end where it got like really intense, where I started to actually just like physically feel the track. Like it was ripping new brain cells into my head. Or probably what it's more likely doing is destroying brain cells. That's what this rock and roll music does. Very bad for the brain, very bad for the health, very bad for the skull. Okay? Stay away. I'm sorry we're so far away. They are staying away. They are actually staying away in this. Wish I was scrolling along. I was more interested in the lyrics and found it more important, or not the lyrics, the sound more important than the lyrics on this one. I think it's because I've lost a little bit of faith in the lyrics of like expecting something to like pop out and do something extraordinary for me. Which, to be fair, is like I do the same thing with like Led Zeppelin. I've been getting into Led Zeppelin recently, but every time I pay attention to the lyrics, I'm always disappointed. You know, they're always about some baby, 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 baby. Why you doing me so wrong, baby? You know, I feel like with this, I'm kind of getting the same thing where, like, sure, it would be nice if, like, it all kind of orchestrated into something greater for me and, like, you know, it unveiled itself as a magical beast. But maybe that's with time, you know? It's kind of hard to get everything out of an album on a first listen, so I should be a little less hard on myself for not fully understanding everything. However, what I do understand, though, is my favorite album so far with Led Zeppelin. Bro, I listened to their deluxe version. See, that's a trick question because I listened to deluxe version of their first album yesterday, and the deluxe side, where it was literally just live recordings, was better than any album I've heard so far from them. Like, them live, they're crazy. Like, they're so good live. Like, just those recordings. Like, you hear, there was like a drum solo and a guitar solo. Oh my God, and it was insane. Like, you heard Jimmy Page just like fucking going nuts. All right? You know, he's speaking through his guitar, and it's beautiful to hear. So, anyways, point being, I really like Crossburner. I thought Crossburner was a very good one. It felt more like a bridge burner. All right? I describe a lot of songs as bridge burners, even though Crossburner is honestly a lot more damning. So it's probably a better describer. Crossburner feels like a cross burner. Final song on the album we got here, The Threat Posed by Nuclear Weapons. That previous song is a smiley ball. The name of this next song already sounds great, so let's see where it goes. Yeah, Dazed and Confused live. Yeah. Nuts. Piano. A fun closer. I can't really tell you whether or not it's the perfect closer to this kind of an experience because personally, I haven't really taken this album through the repeat, put on repeat gauntlet, which I've been enjoying a lot with albums recently. I'm just listening to them over and over and over again and seeing, where things land. But I mean, as a song, I think that it works really well. I think that it kind of sounds like another fission, like a nuclear fission explosion burner kind of teardown of a song, like the previous song was, but sort of just in a smaller package. I think it's doing a very good job of closing off this project. Give it a smiley ball. Man, unbelievable album. So many influences that cohere so appropriately. There's western parts, thrash parts, punk influences. I definitely see what you're saying with the punk. Avant-garde rock, heavy standard metal. It offers everything for you. Yeah, this is a hodgepodge of ideas that I think pulls together way better than a lot of contemporaries. That I feel like they essentially, in my opinion, have enough flavor, throughout these songs where vocally, like the vocalist on for Dillinger Escape Plan sounds like he soars through these songs with, minimal problems, and the songs themselves sound like they're as problematic as you could possibly get to try to soar over, and yet he manages to take on the task and do it extremely well, and it's doing that over and over and over again. Now, I will admit, I think that it starts a bit stronger. Like I think that like the first 3 songs, especially like that first one, even the way that first song starts off, are so incredibly instrumental to the rest of the album working. Like they essentially allow everything else to happen. They kind of almost orchestrate it. Like if I just put repeat on this album and let it go back to the first song, like you'll feel it. Hello?
How could it all be? We've never begun, we never went from this track.
The ripping chaos of this song, I feel like, was never really fully matched on any, song moving forward, except for One of Us is a Killer, which, by the way, One of Us is a Killer, for being a song that's as, like, relaxed as it is, it's so good in its containment that it makes me wish that some of these other songs maybe experimented a bit more in that direction, which ironically is the least experimental song in this whole album. But regardless, I still think that this chaotic run that it has pretty much from track 4 to track 11, one little interlude moment of being this track 8 here, it's pretty solid. It's pretty unknockable. I really want to go back to this album though and see if any of this grows specifically, because I could tell you with confidence these first 3 I loved, but I can't really tell you as much with the 4 to 11. Even though I enjoyed it, even though I had a good time with it, it doesn't stick in my mind as well. I'm feeling it a solid 8 on this album. I really enjoy this shit. Like I think this is great. This is pretty much everything you want when it comes to hardcore music. But then there's like just so many different layers above that, It's so much more than that. It's mathcore that I feel like it isn't too self-indulgent in its own, sniffing its own shit too much, and that's nice. It's also got like metal elements going on throughout it as well that I feel like just sort of rip and tear consistently. Yeah, I think it's just a solid project, like a very, very solid project in the genre. So, love this thing. Want to return to it. This is not my first time hearing this. I'm glad that like returning to it, I enjoy it pretty much as I did when I first heard it. But when I first heard this thing, I was a kid, Now I'm a man with a beard. Okay, I've changed so much. I'm not even this, guys. You can't even be mad at me for anything I've done in the past because I've changed. All right, it's you see the beard, I've changed. Okay? But is Dillinger half German? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good thing, a good question to ask him. Mr. D.D. King. If being half German, increases the influence. This album is why you have facial hair. That's fair. That's fair. I can see that.